emails. He also tried to clarify his position on minimum wage. Sort of. Let's bring in Senator Christopher Coons of Delaware. Senator, good to have you here.
Thank you, Michelle. Great to be with you today.
Is it frustrating that Donald Trump steals the spotlight again on a day when this is supposed to be about the Clintons?
You know, it's not just frustrating, it's scary. It's destabilizing. The sorts of outrageous things that Donald Trump has been saying day in and day out, week in and week out, throughout the whole course of this campaign is a reminder to me that what I've always heard from business leaders is they want predictability. They want to know what's going on in the future. They want to know what the interest rate's going to be. They want to know what unemployment might be. And for Donald Trump to intervene in the middle of this convention by not just commenting on Russia's hacking the DNC emails, but urging them to hack the emails of the Democratic candidate suggests just how unstable he's going to be as a force in this presidential campaign, and I think how unsteady he would be as a president.
At the same time, does it frustrate you that it keeps putting the emails and her personal server back in the spotlight over and over again? I realize this is about hacking into the DNC.
Right.
But inevitably, it raises associations at minimum with her situation.
Well, it raises
with
associations for me with the last time the DNC was broken into in order to influence an election, which was during Watergate. It is a reminder that we've got real adversaries in the world. Russia isn't just another country. Vladimir Putin is a dictator, an autocrat, who recently invaded and occupied Crimea, a large chunk of an adjacent country. And I think for Donald Trump to continue to express admiration for him, to continue to encourage him to do things that are not just intrusive in our political system, but now illegal, is really disconcerting. I do think here in the convention hall and in the coverage of the speeches, last night we heard a very positive, very unified message. I'm excited for tonight's convention. We're going to hear from my good friend and predecessor, now Vice President Joe Biden, from President Obama, and from Senator Tim Kaine, who I've gotten to know well in the Senate. I'm optimistic we're going to have a positive message coming out of this convention. I just hope we get to focus on that.
If it hadn't been for what Donald Trump said today about the Russians and emails, we would probably be talking a little bit more about Bill Clinton's speech. What struck some is that, just like Ivanka Trump's speech, which was a speech to defend her father, my father is not a racist, my father is not a misogynist, right? We have Bill Clinton. His speech, the underlying premise of his speech when you really listen to it was, no, really, Hillary is a good person. There was a defensive undertone to it where he's trying to convince people that they should like her. Do you think he made any progress on that front?
I think he made a remarkable impact in helping us understand not just the story of their relationship, but also the story of her leadership. Has fought tirelessly through her entire adult life to make a difference for children and families. When I first met Secretary Clinton, Senator Clinton, it was back in 1988. She came to visit with an organization I was working with, a nonprofit that was helping make it possible for kids from families with no resources, no experience of going to college, to be able to afford college. We had a remarkable conversation. So I've known her nearly 30 years, and I've known her as someone who is passionate about making opportunity real here in America. My first trip with her as Secretary of State when I was a senator, a new senator, was to Liberia to meet with the president of Liberia who'd won the Nobel Peace Prize and to be there as an advocate for democracy. We did hear a remarkable and uplifting speech from President Clinton, former President Clinton, last night about how hoped-for President Clinton has a lifetime of commitment to making things better and stronger for American families.
And tonight's a big lineup as well. Senator, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Michelle.
Much appreciated. Senator Christopher